Does anyone just rip a gel right before they get ready to run, or is that just me? I've seen it done by the very good old Joe Corcione when he was at my house. Kid was ripping gels all the time, so I figured might as well for today's run because I'm a tidbit hungry and I just got done lifting, so let's have a gel. And there should be. This is a cis gel, not the beta. This is just a Science and Sport. It was on sale. I got like 4 packs of them, super cheap. I am cheap. I buy things on sale and I go through so much of it. So yeah, let's get into today's treadmill run. It's on the treadmill because we're going after vert. It's gonna be my life story right now. Up everyone, it is January 4th, the beginning of the year, and yes, I am doing a car selfie, and hopefully this is recording well enough for you guys to hear well, because the audio can be kind of janky in a car, you know how it goes. But I wanted to do a little life update and just get on the tube. It's been a hot minute and life has been super crazy. A whole bunch of excuses and not a lot of videos, but I'm hoping to change that in 2026, show a little more on the inside of Liz Myers and what the life is, maybe some training series to some races, updates on training, because I am not really shooting for like an A race. I have a 100-mile race in the books that I'm planning to do, not to mention a treadmill challenge in the end of the year. Hopefully a backyard ultra later in the springtime. But I have a very crazy, audacious vert goal that I want to do for the year. Yes, I live in Florida. Yes, I'm going to be on a treadmill. More to come on that throughout. But one big thing I really want to do this year and be held accountable for, which is why I'm telling all of you, is to continue to hit the gym and train super hard. Strength training wise, I have been strength training for years on and off, was strength training all the time, got into some stuff, life happened, went back to strength training, got into cycling, left strength training, you know, back and forth, got into running huge, obviously, and kind of died down on the strength training, but I want to get back into it. I'm going to get back into it. This is me saying, I just left the gym feeling really good. Wanted to get on here and kind of make a little video, kind of give some updates on how life is going, how training is going. The ankle's still having some injury or issues. Ankle's still having some issues. Nothing super concerning. Just kind of being safe, playing my cards right, taking it easy, being smart. But one of the craziest things that I want to do this year, again, is a vert goal. I'm turning 35 later this year. I figured after talking to some people and kind of laying out what that could look like, would look like, that this Florida girl is going to be trying to hit majority of it is probably going to be on the treadmill. You're going to be seeing tons of video of me on the treadmill doing a whole bunch of incline work, boring, same old from last year really, and really working on just becoming a mountainous Florida runner. Don't get me wrong, I will still hit some hill repeats down at Celery, but the thing is that's not very big. The quote-unquote Florida mountain, I love it. It's a gorgeous area, love the place. It's just roughly 60 feet of vert, and no offense, that's gonna be a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get tired of the treadmill. I'm gonna wanna go out there and hit this hill, but it's not realistic for me every single day to drive roughly 40 minutes to and from, a little more than that, every single day to get some vert in. So my thought process, I'll be on the treadmill a whole bunch. I will probably be doing some rest days with some power hiking and or incorporating some power hiking into my training, honestly, because I'm gonna need the vert. And I have a step challenge this year that is honestly pretty hefty, and I want to hit it as often, honestly, I would love to hit it every single day. Realistically, I understand life happens, so if I could hit it as much as I possibly can, that is the goal. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm super, super excited. I figured I would hop on here real quick. Just got done with the lift, feeling super strong, super good. I've been lifting for a couple months now, but finally starting to progress my strength and starting to add some weight and be very strategic. And I'm just ready to dive into 2026 and really see what I can do this year. I know videos are going to be a little different. I'm trying to get more creative with these videos. I'm trying to do a little better. Bear with me, it's just me, and I'm still a newbie, funny enough, and I'm just trying to go through this with curiosity and creativity. If you want to know more about that, watch and or listen to my latest podcast episode where I go over my goals for 2026 and just kind of like what's been going on. This video, I really want to focus on the things people do not share and or talk about when coming out of an injury, coming back into the real world of training your ass off, running your ass off, and just getting back into the normal grind of things. But I really don't want to do it here in this car. So throughout this week, I will randomly check in and talk to you and share with you all the things that I've been going through that are not pretty, are not fun. And honestly, I've been kind of doing them by myself. So I'm here to share so you don't have to go through all of the crazy stuff like I am. All right, everybody, another car video because honestly, it's the easiest for me, funny enough, and running has just been on a treadmill, and I figured a lot of you guys don't want to watch me on a treadmill. Don't get me wrong, you will still get the content of me on a treadmill, but I'm just leaving the gym. It is 8:50. It is Wednesday the 7th. Just left the gym. I hit a very heavy leg day, and it is Wednesday. So that's hopefully how I can stick to lifting. Is I want to hit legs, funny enough, 2 to 3 times a week. One of them being a very heavy lift day. I will squat. I do trap deadlifts because it's not as impactful on the body, honestly. And right now, I know like I'm really focused on a few other things. Having a very strong deadlift is gonna be in the future, but I mean, nothing obscene. I'm not 20 anymore, and I've pulled 315 pounds. And if you are a person that works out and lifts, you will understand what that means. If you're not, you're probably like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So huge accomplishment when I was in my 20s, and I am super proud of it still. There is absolutely no way that I could do that right now. So I am just more focused on honestly growing stronger legs. I want to put some muscle on my legs. Honestly, as any of you know me, I have freaking chicken legs, and I've always had them. I am 100% confident in my long, slender, beautiful legs. But if I could add a little bit of muscle and honestly just grow some solid strength in my legs, I would feel a lot better. It'll help me with all the vert that I'm going to be doing this year. And honestly, I just want to feel a bit stronger in my legs, to be 100% honest. It's always been a weakness, my knees, my ankle, the hips. So that's the goal. That is why it's 3 times a week. I probably will only hit really realistically 2 times a week, and then like a bunch of PT accessory work the other day. So some of you may not think that's actually 3 days a week. So be it. But that's the plan. I have a different kind of cycle with strength training where I'm more or less doing like a bro split. That is kind of more or less like a back day, a chest arms day, and then a shoulder rear delt, maybe core day. And that'll be on a rotation. So it'll just go back chest, shoulders, back chest, shoulders, maybe chest, back, shoulders. I haven't really decided yet. So far, it has been a chest, back, shoulders, chest, back, shoulders, with the leg days split up in between that, obviously. So doing the best I can. If I miss a workout, I just skip it and keep going. I'm not trying to overload myself too much, but I'm tweaking my schedule a lot this year to prioritize the things that are super important to me and the things that are actually moving me forward in my goals and my dreams and all that good stuff. So trying to coordinate better. I am actually waking up, doing my morning routine, and then I am going and hitting the treadmill, and then I take Braden to school, then I'm hitting the gym, and then I'm going and working all day. Or I may have to hit the gym before I pick up Braden from school. It depends on the schedule, but realistically that's kind of how the splits are going. Running has been good. I've been hitting a ton of vert, and the whole thing, and I literally just talked to one of the amazing Everyday Ultra coaches, Caroline, on one of our calls, and I was just like bluntly honest with her with my goals this year, because like I'm not like excited about any race, because I think last year I had such a shit year, and then I had a DNF, and then the ankle still is not 100%, but I really just wanted like something crazy, like not in a ignorant or arrogant way, but I've already run 200 miles. I feel very confident in that. I feel very confident in my endurance, even though my endurance is 100% gone. But I wanted to go after something kind of crazy, and I have been doing a ton of vert planning for the Barkley Fall Classic. Yes, it's been on a treadmill. Yes, it's been a whole bunch of hill repeats, but I was like, this year, like for some odd reason, like what really lights a fire under me would be a vert goal. So I had the pleasure of talking to Steve. He is someone that was just on the podcast, great human. And he had a crazy vert goal of 500,000 in 1 year. And he did that last year in 2025. He accomplished it. And it really got me being like, how much vert is too much vert for a Florida girl? And knowing that 70 to 80% of that vert is going to be on the treadmill. And as many of you may know, I love the treadmill. I don't hate the treadmill. So I was like, well, in my opinion, like 250,000 seems reasonable. Seems hard, very hard. I've never probably done more than maybe, I've never calculated my vert, to be 100% honest. And if you look at my vert in the previous year, none of it is actually true, because I never went in and updated my vert. Strava doesn't catch my vert because it's on a treadmill, and Garmin, I can go in and input my vert, but I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't, not often. So I was like, this year, every single workout, it's gonna be intentional. It's gonna have a whole bunch of vert, and I will figure it out. If that means it's really slow, means it's really slow. I really want to build up my legs this year, and I wanted to last year, and I did kind of, and then I got injured, and just, I'm going at it with a different aspect this year of like, I just want to knock out a bunch of fucking vert and be the Florida vert queen. Like, I just want to be the Florida vert queen. So I'm going to go after it. I'm very excited, but super freaking nervous. And so my crazy ass goal for 2026 is going to be having 350,000 feet of vert in 1 year, which some of you may hear and be like, that's insane. Some of you may hear and say, that's not that much, but honey, it's a lot, and I'm freaking pumped. So I did all the backwards planning and wanted to realize or see how much vert roughly that would be. So I boiled it down to weekly, and then I boiled it down to daily, just to get like a little bit of a glimpse of what I was getting into. So roughly, I need to get just under 7,000 feet of vert a week, which is insane. And it has been a huge bump up in training. So my ankle is not happy, and my IT band is getting a little angry. So today I actually had a 45-minute, I was supposed to do an hour run. I did a 45-minute run, and I didn't do too much vert. Daily, roughly, I need just under 900 feet of vert a day. So that is a lot, but I'm breaking it up differently. And yes, that's a day on like 7 days a week, not like 1 week. It's 7 days a week. I need roughly 900 feet of vert. So the thing that is getting me currently is I have 2 rest days. I need 900 feet of vert roughly daily. Don't get me wrong, I have long runs, but I'm not doing too much right now for long runs because I'm freaking injured still. I'm coming out. I'm better. I am not injured. I'm dealing with an injury. But I also have a step goal for this year. And I've always had step goals, and I've always left them really easy. This one is kind of hard. Obviously, I work from home, so I'm standing at my desk a lot. I walk the dogs all the time, but I have a step goal of 15,000 steps a day. So on rest days, it's very hard for me to get that. I usually get about 6,000 to 7,000. And so I have to go for walks, intentional walks. So during my intentional walks, I am doing power hikes on the treadmill, super chill, like a 20-minute mile half the time, like super laid back, nothing crazy. I'm just doing what I can to get some vert in, and I'm reading. So I have been doing this the past couple days that I've had rest days, and I love it. It's giving me more time for me. It's habit stacking, priority stacking. I'm reading, I'm getting some vert in, and I'm getting my steps in. 3 things at once. It's nothing crazy. It's super chill. It is a recovery walk in a sense. I walk a ton with my dogs, as I mentioned, and many of you know. So it's not like I'm doing anything extreme, but it is also flaring up my ankle, my ankle and my IT band a little bit. So I'm being very careful, and I'm doing all the things that I need to do to just be smart. So today I pulled back the vert. I pulled back how long the run was, and I went and lifted super freaking heavy, which I was like, if I'll lift a little heavier and just a little more intentional, then I could probably take like a bit more of a rest during my run, which is what I did. And yesterday was a rest day, and I did a whole bunch of PT work, which typically irritates the ankle anyway. So it kind of is what it is. Today I'm going to do a bunch of mobility when I get inside later today, and then really just try to stay off my feet as much as possible. I really want to take the time to talk about one topic that I do not think is talked about, and that is what no one really talks about when they're coming back from an injury. Everyone always talks about like how injuries suck, and like you lose your sense of identity, and you forget who you are and all this stuff during actual training and like coming and dealing with the injury. And I feel like I handled it pretty well. I don't feel like I lost who I was. I got really fucking bored and got into a whole bunch of other things, got back into strength training. I'm trying to keep up with strength training. It's like a huge priority for me this year. And one thing I think that I realized was like, you see all of the like before the injury or during the injury stuff, like you see all of the like, I'm going through this, but no one really shares coming out of that injury and how mind fuckery it is to a person. Prime example, I have been dealing with this ankle for a hot ass minute. It's been so long. And by now I figured I'd have been rocking and rolling and just having a good old time. And it's really like made me take a lot of steps like back in life and like realize I'm hurting a lot more. I'm going through a lot of different things than I ever anticipated. And I want to go into depth and kind of share a little more in this video, but no one shares the shit about coming back from an injury that suck, like mentally suck. And I'm going to share that stuff with you guys here in a little, but let's go on. I'm going to go walk the dogs. I'm going to eat some food because I'm hungry, and I am then going to get into work. Wednesdays are my personal day. I try not to work on anything other than all of my personal stuff. So I'm going to work on the tube. I'm going to work on podcasts. I'm going to work on maybe some content. Wednesdays are for me, keeping it that way. I'm excited. I'm putting boundaries up this year. And if you aren't, you better. So let's go eat a whole bunch of carbs, eat a whole bunch of protein, fuel the body, grow my muscles, and I will get back with you guys here in a little. Breakfast is done, dogs are walked, gym, run. Now it's time to go work. So I kind of wanted to go over, honestly, a couple things about coming back into injury. I feel like it may be talked about, maybe I just don't see it, but what I've noticed is I am literally just feeling lost in some sense of like the body is not coming back as quickly as I'd wanted to. And just so everyone knows, here's Franklin. He is always around, always at my butt, always here. So he's always around. But I am noticing the body is just not as resilient anymore. I've been putting up some miles, I've been putting up some vert, and my knees are achy, my body is tired, and I'm like, quote unquote, starting back from zero. Yes, it is coming back quick, but we really don't talk about like the knees hurting a little more than usual, the body feeling a little fatigued more than usual, and we just kind of like, oh, it'll come back. I've literally told so many people that, and it is true, it comes back quickly, but it's the weeks-ish of the knees hurting, the ankles hurting, the body being super tired, getting and needing more sleep. It is just the little things like this where like you feel like you're starting back at zero. Like I had such a huge base buildup with the 200, the prep for H9 and the Barkley, and getting so much vert in. And mind you, I understand I do have an injury and I'm working through it with the ankle. This ankle I've always had issues with, and now it is starting to feel like I'm back at one, where like the ankle needs to go through all of the torture to then be like, oh, this is what she's gonna do, and then it's gonna be normal. Same with the IT band. I have had IT band issues really, really bad when I first got into running because as a typical runner, I went out and was running everything super, super hard. IT band was not happy, finally got it situated, realized what running was, and, started doing a lot better. But now I am years in and getting back into training, and the IT band is getting a little angry. It is probably because I've ramped up vert, and it is honestly probably because I'm lifting a lot, just because I'm like doing a whole bunch. But back when I was younger, that was never an issue. I could lift, I could run, I could do whatever, and it was fine. And maybe that is it. Maybe I'm just getting old, and I'm not old. I'm 34. But I am realizing like, oh my goodness, my legs are sore, my body is sore, I need more sleep, which I just don't get sleep very well, so I'm doing my best that I can. But it is just a huge slap in the face. I feel like a newbie. And there's nothing wrong with being a newbie, but it is hard, especially when you like look back to see the things that you've done in the past, and you're like, this was a walk in the park. 20 miles a week was nothing. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I was running 10 to 13 hours a week, no problem. I am running like 6-7 hours a week, and I am sore. So it is realizing like, hey, this is normal, and you're gonna go through this, and it's okay. And being more patient has really, really worked out for me. Obviously, I am doing everything I can to be more patient and to trust my body and listen to my body, but it's not easy. And that's what I wanted to share with is you're not alone if you're going through this. If you are going through this, I am so sorry. It is horrible and I hate it. But I'm really focused on like just getting back into it this year. I have a crazy, stupid vert goal that I am so excited about. And it's pushing myself in a different type of way. I don't know if I mentioned this in the earlier video, but I want this vert goal just to be something scary and fun and like kind of silly. And that's exactly it. I don't want to go place in a race. And honestly, like there's just so much hype on all of that right now. And I'm like, it's awesome. And if I am in a race, don't get me wrong, the racing competitive list does come out at times, but I just really want to like enjoy this year. Come back from an injury, have the strongest freaking ankles ever, and just really work on a lot of things personally. So like trying to get a few things situated for my personal life and me as a person, and work on some other things. I have so many goals in life, and becoming a professional runner is not one of them. Honestly, a goal in life is to inspire and encourage and educate as many people as I possibly can. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a little bit of time out of running, and I'm gonna work on that instead of trying to jam pack a whole bunch of shit in with running. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna be crewing and pacing and going out and doing all that stuff. Not as much this year. I did promise Kristen I would be smart and not be going out so much because it was a lot the past few years. But I really wanna take the time this year to just really work on myself. And it sounds silly, sounds kind of personal and selfish, and it is, but I deserve that, and you do as well. So don't hesitate to do the things that you need to do for yourself and become the best person that you can possibly be. Obviously, I have to become good for this little guy right here because he's crazy. And that is why I walk him daily, and he is just the best snuggler ever. So if you want a dog, he is not for sale, but he is a golden doodle, and he's very hyper, very reactive, not a good thing, but we make do, and he's the best little guy in the whole wide world. So let's get into the rest of the day and get to the long run whenever we get to it. Is Friday's my long run, so I'm hoping to get out to Celery Fields and run a little bit. That's the plan. Let's see if I actually stick to it. Who knows? So let's keep going. Another wonderful workout at Celery Fields, and I just want to hop on here, as always, give a little lowdown on today's run. So this is literally the first run that I've been on trail, in some trail shoes, and seeing how the ankle feels. I do have my ankle taped up, no ankle brace, just some good old KT tape, and she's a little sore. She's worked is a good way to put it. She feels good, and yes, when I say she, I mean my ankle, and I'm very, very happy. I still have a little bit left, like 15 minutes, but this run I knew was going to be probably like kind of difficult, not only for me in the sense of my ankle, but also my endurance. So this hill, I've run it so many times. I do different areas of hill repeats, and I have to walk some of them. So this is something that people don't talk about. Like you were injured. I was injured for a long time, and it's still something I'm working on. But the moral of this is you lose some fitness. You definitely lose like your engine, and mentally, and we'll get to mentally. I had a great conversation yesterday on the aspect of endurance. Like, I used to easily run up these hills, easily, it's a hill, and now I'm power hiking it because I know as a runner, as a coach, that trying to run up this is pointless. I'm just gonna burn myself out, and honestly, I need to keep my fitness trying to build, not trying to burn out, and like I'm not trying to do any speed work right now because I'm not trying to hurt my ankle. So power hiking some areas that I'm deep down like ashamed to say that I have to power hike, but it's just the reality of it. Things change, you get injured. I wasn't running, I was biking occasionally, and honestly it's just what it is. But that's the truth. I am getting back into it now, and I am having to do power hiking and the little good old Florida mountain. But the thing is I want my fitness to be brought back gradually. I don't want to be doing crazy stupid things. I want to do this forever, obviously. That's why I actually took all of the time. I've been super chill. I've been super safe. So I've been doing all the things. So this is a part of the truth. This is the things that people don't talk about, is I have to power hike some of my runs because my fitness is just not there. And you may think, well, Liz, you're running on the treadmill, you're getting it all at vert, your fitness should be there. But this is different. This is terrain. I'm beyond nervous with my ankle. My nervous system is literally crapping its pants right now because I am super concerned with the ankle. It's just the truth. And to be 100% honest, like, when you run on trail, you have an elevated heart rate in general because it's just technical, it's harder. And I haven't been on a trail since I rolled my ankle, literally. Well, I hiked in Alaska, but that's way different. So it's just the truth. The nervous system is super high, super worried. The heart rate is elevated compared to normal, and that's just the matter of fact. So taking this super chill, power hiking some of the ups, which I deep down hate, and I'm sure you can understand as a runner, sucks, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And let's get into mentally. So I just had this amazing conversation, and we talked about mentally what this does to you, like an injury, because not only have I not been running, and like all of my races have been taken from me in a sense because I was injured, I couldn't run, I had to literally stop everything I was doing and take care of the ankle, dropped a few races. I technically do not have a race that I've signed up for yet, and it's 2026 already, but it's a simple thing of emotionally, this run means a lot to me, which is crazy. Like, I'm just out here for a little long run, and emotionally, I can already feel the importance of this. And I can only imagine what a race is gonna feel like. When I toe that start line for my first comeback race, emotionally, where am I gonna be? When I finish that race, emotionally, where I'm gonna be? I'm gonna assume I'm gonna be bawling my eyeballs out, and I'm not a emotional person, so RIP, maybe, RIP. But this is emotional. Like, I am so happy, I'm so proud, and I'm just ready to get back into it. And I don't talk about this because I am a coach, and I feel like a lot of people like expect high expectations of things, and then I have to go and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And the reality is I'm human, you know what I mean? And this has been very, very difficult, and I'm doing the best I can, and this is just the icing on the cake to get better and get out there. And I just really can't wait to consistently be running with no problems. So I'm very excited. And there's something over here. I can hear it, but I can't see it. So I'm gonna get running again and get back into it again. Truly just so happy with this run and ready to go eat some food and tell you all the rest of everything. I mean, I don't, was there anything left? I don't know. Emotionally, mentally, physically, the hard things, the knees aching, you know, all that good stuff. It's the comeback that's not easy. And I'm telling you guys all about it. So let's see what we get into for the rest of this video. If not, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends.